Hello, welcome to the video. Welcome to Seoul, South Korea. Just had a long flight here from Salt Lake City, Utah. Left at 8 a.m. yesterday. It's now around 3:45 p.m. the following day. I flew to Seattle, 2.5 hours, and then 12.5 hours from Seattle to Seoul. I'm glad to be here. I just found a noodle place near my Airbnb. This is what I'm getting. Pretty cheap, looks very good. That noodle dish that I have was 7,000 Korean won, which is less than $5 American. That's pretty amazing. It was really good. Good morning. I was supposed to take a bike tour this morning, but I can't get on the subway without a transport card, and I can't get a transport card without cash, and I can't seem to find an ATM that will take my card. It only takes domestic cards, so I'm out of luck. But I fortunately texted the guy and said I'm not going to be able to make it, and he's allowing me to reschedule. So hopefully by Wednesday, today's Monday, hopefully by Wednesday, I can figure all this out. That's what happens when you come to a new country. Lots of stuff to figure out. So I'm going to walk down there, see if I can find an ATM, and then I can get going to see things. And that really cool looking building is Seoul City Hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, please look at Gwanghwamun Gate. The commander is leading the troops toward Gwanghwamun's lunar platform.
옛 기록에 따르면 조선시대 군사들은 목소리에 맞춰 앞으로 당직 파수군과 교대 파수군이 종사관의 명을 받고 적간을 받기 위해 광화문 올대로 궁궐을 지키는 장수가 근무를 시작하기 전에 군사의 신원과 근무자들이 군호를 잘 숙지하고
According to historical records, in the Joseon dynasty, palace guards had gone through the same drill as the gate guards. The commander checked the secret code and had their uniforms, armors, and weapons checked. Now, the commander is carrying out the inspection.
这也就是大家现在看到的场景。
朝鮮時代の資料によりますと、宮殿と城郭の入り口を守るスムンジャンと軍人は
史料再现的朝鲜初期15世紀服装而制作。
この衣装は朝鮮時代初期の15世紀の衣装を資料に基づいて
완수하게 됩니다.
The off-duty gate guards are heading back to the military base under the commander's order.
结束之前的
Place 4 times every day, except for Tuesday. Thank you for your cooperation.
本活动由韩国国家遗产局。
Dressed up here in traditional outfit.
사진
Mostly
촬영
women.
시 파수군이
Now I see why so many people are wearing traditional outfits. It's because you get in for free if you do. But if you don't, it's only 3,000 won, which is about $2. That is so ornate. Beautiful. This place is huge. I've only gone through these first two entrances here. And it goes all the way back there. This palace was first built in 1395. It was destroyed in the Japanese invasion in 1592. And then it was rebuilt in 1897. That is so cool, this traditional palace with all these modern buildings all around it. I love that. And this is the main part of the palace right here. This is Hwangwangjiang Pavilion. It's built in the 1800s by the king at the time. Two trees like this are really awesome. And this is also really awesome. That palace was amazing. There was so much to see, and it was huge. I spent a couple of hours there. I probably could have spent more time. But I'm getting hungry. Time for lunch. Unfortunately, you can't go up there. These things are like Korean Teletubbies. These are like tombs of ancient officials, important officials. Don't know why this is here, no explanation, but I really like it. It's called Sujebi. That's where I had lunch, and it was awesome. Food there was really good. It wasn't touristy at all. I was the only tourist in there, and it was packed. I had a huge thing of noodle soup with big fat noodles, not like ramen noodles. I had that, and there was free kimchi with it and water, and it was 10,000 won, which is about $7 or $8. What a great deal. What a great place. Going up the Seoul Tower, which is that. Kind of a hazy day, but I'm not sure the view gets much better than this because it's pretty smoggy down there. This is the most locks I've ever seen on one fence. That's insane. And more down here. A lot of people in love, I guess. Going up to the observation deck. It's kind of cool, actually. The elevator right up here made it all worthwhile. Let me show you this video. It's like surround sound on the whole ride up. Really cool. Looks like about 11,000 kilometers from New York. Here's the palace where I was earlier. This is part of the original city wall. It was built 600 years ago. It used to be 19 kilometers of it. They said there's about 13 kilometers left. I got the noodles with 3 kinds of seafood with hot pepper sauce. It's pretty spicy. It looks really good. I'm eating at the same place I ate out last night, right near Airbnb. This is the place that I ate. I don't know the name of it, but that was delicious. The types of seafood were mussel, shrimp, and octopus. And the sauce wasn't very spicy. I thought it'd be spicier, but it was really, really good. Noodles. Really enjoyed it. It was less than $10. Food here is great. Good morning. Today I'm taking a trip to the DMZ, or Demilitarized Zone, between North Korea and South Korea. I figure this is the closest I'm ever going to get to North Korea. Not sure what there is to see there, but it should be interesting. This is called the Peace Bell. It weighs 21 tons. And this was built in the year 2000. This train has over 1,200 bullet holes in it from the Korean War. That's the Freedom Bridge. There's the gondola and the bell, the Peace Bell. And that's the tourist office. See from all those buses, there are a lot of people that come to the DMZ. That's the observatory we just saw. You're not allowed to take pictures. And that's South Korea playing music into North Korea. That third tunnel was pretty cool. There's 11% grade going down 300 meters. It's a very low tunnel. I had to duck the whole time. And then you got to see the end of it. It was basically just a window and some barbed wire. And then 11% grade back up, which was exhausting. But it was cool to see. Don't think I need to do it again. It was interesting. Oh, and you weren't allowed to have cameras or phones down there, so that's why I didn't film any of it. This is a unification statue that they have here at the third tunnel. And there's the touristy DMZ sign. Buffet lunch at the Unification building. It's just pretty touristy. Looks like it's pretty good though. Plus 12,000 won. This is soybean ice cream. It's weird, but it's pretty good. And it tastes a little like peanut butter. A lot of steps to get up here. Now I'm gonna have to go down and back up. This is way more slope than it looks. It's actually very stable. This bridge is 150 meters long. It's about 500 feet. So I counted on the way down, it's 297 steps, not including the flat parts, and that's just from the top. Not, you have to go down and back up again, and then down the bridge and back up the bridge. But 297 steps just to get to the top part. It's a lot of elevation, but it was fun. I really enjoyed it. These are very high overpasses. They serve eels at this restaurant. This place is called Daily Beer. This beer is really good. It says it's a red ale. It doesn't look red to me. It's still good. Korean fried chicken. Yummy.
The next day.
perform a certain moving formation according to the military signal and the commander's order.
hold! 한건 hold! 마오잘로 hold!
현재 수문군이 착용한 군복은 조선 전기인 15세기 복식을 재현한 것으로 문헌고증을 통해 제작되었습니다.
The actors are wearing the costume from the 15th century, which was manufactured based on various historical records.
자리에 hold! 3, 4
The gate guards are now checking their identification with passwords and ID tags and exchanging salutes.
现在两位
This is the north gate going into the blue house. That is the blue house. President.
我会拍到上半身。
This is the Buddhist temple. It's amazing. There's the temple. You have all these lanterns hanging.
Come a little bit closer here. This welcome to the beautiful temple.
The smiling Buddha. And this tree right here is over 500 years old. And this tree is over 450 years old. Can't even see the top of it because of all the lanterns. These are not here all year round, just for getting ready for Buddha's birthday. This is where I am, and this is what I'm eating. It's their signature dish. It looks awesome. Well, that was the best meal I've had since I've been in Korea. Really, really good. My bike tour guide recommended the place, and it did not disappoint. That was an awesome bike tour, too. The guide was actually Belgian. He's lived in Seoul for 4 years. Really, really good tour. Saw so much. Really enjoyed it. I'll put a link down below if you want to do it. It's an e-bike tour, so it's not hard to do. The bike does most of the work. This is called Seoul Gypsy. My bike tour guide recommended it. This is a porter. It's really good. Almost like a stout, actually. Korean style ragu pasta. It's called a Mission Hella Spirit. They have different ways of pouring this to make it taste different, so I think the dry pour. Dry. Really good. This was good, but it was very spicy. My mouth is on fire. Here's the Buddhist temple at night. Good morning. It's about 8:30 a.m. Going to see some famous places here in Seoul. I was just on the metro, which was completely packed and completely silent. Nobody talks on the metro. It's pretty amazing. This is a statue of Lee Sang-jae, who was one of the fighters for independence against the Japanese in the early 1900s. This is the gate to Changyonggung Palace. It is a rainy Thursday morning, so there's nobody here, as opposed to the palace I was at yesterday, which was completely packed. This is the throne hall of the palace. This was rebuilt in 1616, after I'm assuming it was destroyed in the 1500s by the Japanese. This 3-lane path here is reserved for the use by the king. Fancy. And that would be the throne. Again with the fancy ceilings. I love that. And that's where I just was. This is the main courtyard of the palace, leading up to the throne room. This is the Queen's sleeping quarters, which is also used as a birthing area. So a couple of kings were actually born here. And this is the King's sleeping quarters. And this was actually living quarters for the concubines, believe it or not. And these used to be 2 separate buildings, but now they're connected. This was where the king would relax. He'd like to read here. Flowers are blooming. This is Changyonggung Palace, which is right behind the other palace. This stone bridge is the oldest existing structure in the palace. It was built in 1411.
You can see the west in the middle, and there's a special painting behind the west. We can see the five mountains symbolize this country. There's a special painting which was always placed behind the west. You can see the same painting every life in Korea. When you check the Korean money, Korean bill, the 10,000 bill, you can see the painting with the first king of Joseon dynasty, King Sejong. Yeah, King Sejong created the Korean alphabet Hangul and made a great academic development in his reign. So you can see.
That was an interesting tour, and it was included in the admission price of going to the castle, but it's only offered Wednesdays and Thursdays at 10:15 and 1:15. So I guess I got lucky getting here when I got here. I'm at Uji Noodles, and I got cold buckwheat noodles with spicy sauce. I've already mixed it all up, so that's why it looks the way it does. But it should be interesting having a cold noodles before. That was delicious. I'm at Jongmyo Shrine. This is the area where the king and queen would get ready, take showers, things like that, get ready for their day. This is only for the king and the prince, not the queen. Women weren't allowed in here.
The main ones.
Under construction.
But actually,
This is the secondary shrine. The other one that was under construction was the primary shrine. This is for the kings that weren't as cool as the ones that got in the primary shrine. The shrine was cool, but it wasn't as good as the palace. But the palace was much more interesting. Really enjoyed the palaces that I've seen so far. They transport food. It's the second woman I've seen with a tray of food on her head. That is such a cool looking building. I don't know how practical it is, but it's really cool looking. There she is. That food tour that I took was definitely the highlight of my trip to Seoul so far. The food was amazing. The guide, really funny, really knowledgeable. Liked her a lot. And the people on the tour with me were a lot of fun. I really, really loved it. These are all names of people who died in the Korean War. And look how many there are. This is where they keep the big weapons, tanks and artillery, and planes. Well, that was an interesting and huge museum. It's 3 floors. Most of it's dedicated to the Korean War. The first floor had stuff on more historical wars prior to World War II. It was interesting. It was free, so you can come and go as you please. I spent about 2 hours there, and I didn't see everything, but you get burnt out after a while reading about so much war. Got a big plane here from the US Air Force. A big ship. And tanks, more tanks. And it's a nice clear day so you can see the tower without haze. This statue's pretty powerful. It's about a North Korean and a South Korean who are brothers, and they meet each other on the battlefield and then they hug. It's kind of sad. And then this crack in the dome here represents the division between North and South Korea. No idea what this is. The guy just said, "Do you want one?" I'm like, "Okay," and he just brought it over. No idea what it is. We'll find out. Not sure what this meat is. This has rice in it. It's very good, tasty. It's a hole-in-the-wall place, but it's very popular. This is the place where I just ate lunch. So it turns out that what I was eating was cow's intestine. It was really good though. I'm glad I didn't know what it was beforehand. I had to ask the guy next to me what I was eating because I didn't even know. But that place was really popular. I was the only tourist in there. I just saw a bunch of people walking in there, so I figured why not give it a shot. And I walked in, the guy's like, "Do you want one?" I'm like, "Okay." And he didn't speak English. And so I just got what everybody else was having. It was really good. Cheong stream in the middle of the city here. Nice walkway all the way along it. Goes for a long way. Good morning. Heading to Busan today. Really gonna miss Seoul. I enjoyed it a lot. Definitely want to come back here. Such a huge city. There's so much to do. I'm gonna catch a train to Busan. It takes about 2.5 to 3 hours. Spending 4 or 5 days there. This is the original Seoul station. It was built in 1900, and that is the new one, which was built much later than that. A lot of people getting on this train.